Hi there, this is our week 1 help video for Spanish 101 in spring of 2020. The help videos is something that I've started doing in the last couple of years for my online classes, and I will just every week post a video where I go through maybe an assignment that seems to be especially problematic that week, or introduce some assignment that's a new kind of assignment, or sometimes just a general quick checking in with everybody and keeping you up to date on what's going on. So my goal is 5 to 7 minutes, so we'll see if I make it today. What I want to do for week 1 is just a quick introduction and overview of our Blackboard shell and the My Spanish Lab course as well. So with this class, one thing that's important to keep in mind is that you really have 2 primary places to go for your content and your assignments. And those are our Blackboard shell and the My Spanish Lab. So the Blackboard is kind of like, if you think of Blackboard as being the skeleton of the course, is where I've organized everything. And that's where I have the full grade book that includes all of your points for all the different kinds of assignments. It's where I have selected videos specifically to support your learning of the current content and that kind of thing. So don't forget about Blackboard, even though you'll end up probably spending the majority of your time every week on My Spanish Lab. Make sure that you're always starting each study session with checking Blackboard. Check recent announcements, check your grades, check the weekly folder and make sure that you've got everything covered there. And just don't forget that Blackboard is kind of the core of this class. So when you first log into Blackboard, you'll land on the announcements page, and I post usually at least 1 announcement per week. Some weeks I'll add an extra. Actually, I guess with the help videos, I end up posting 2 announcements per week. And then occasionally I'll add another one if there's something that I want to call attention to sometime during the week. So be sure to read those, and sometimes they'll be emailed directly out to you. Most of the time they will not. I generally just leave them in announcements and don't send them out as an email as well. So then if you look at this left-hand navigation menu, this is how you will find your way through the class. So again, the announcements page, faculty information, that's where you'll see how to get in touch with me. The syllabus and schedule you can always refer back to by using that button there. Assignments is where you'll spend most of your time when you're in Blackboard. So each week as more material is added, or as each weekly folder opens up, you'll see it at the top. So week 2 will show up ahead of week 1 once that opens up. So when you click into that folder, then you'll see on the left hand, you'll see all of the assignments and content for the week. The week 1 has a lot more assignments than usual just because there's a lot of introductory information here. So when we get into the rest of the semester, usually you'll start with, like, vocabulario will be your first item, and then you'll continue on through those other things. And for the content, the vocabulary and grammar and culture lessons, I will include any relevant tutorials that are aligned with the textbook. I'll tell you which pages you need to read in your textbook, and any additional resources. So if I have videos or web pages that I recommend, those will be linked here as well. And then I tell you which of the My Spanish Lab assignments pertain to that lesson. So especially if you're feeling overwhelmed with the content and the course overall, one way to work through it is just, again, start with a Blackboard and just go to My Spanish Lab to complete the assignments that are listed here after you've reviewed these materials and feel like you have a good grasp on the content. And then when you finish those, come back here, go to the next lesson, read the textbook, watch any videos, and then work your way through those My Spanish Lab assignments. So then there's the course documents button over here on the left, and that has things that are they don't pertain to just 1 week, and so I don't have them. I have them in a separate area because they're things that you might want to refer to throughout the semester. So verb conjugation charts and other resources, links to the vocabulary flashcards and that kind of thing. The culture discussions in every third week, so weeks 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15 will have a culture discussion, and they will be linked in the weekly folder. But in case you're looking for a quicker way to get to those, they will also be, you can also access them through this button. The tutoring calendar, right now I don't have any tutoring hours to post, but if we do end up, if they hire a Spanish tutor for the semester, then I will add those hours to this calendar and post an announcement to let you know about that as well. Here's where you'll check your grades, and then something new this semester that I encourage you to make use of and send feedback on is the 24/7 online tutoring. So this is a company that we contract with so that our students have access to online tutoring 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And there are Spanish tutors available through that company. So I recommend that you take advantage of that. It's a benefit to you as a student. And if you have any questions or problems with that, or any feedback that you'd like me to pass on to the tutoring team, please let me know, because again, that's something new to CWI this year. Okay, then I'm going to switch over to my Spanish lab and quickly just show you where to find the pertinent things that you need here. This is your default landing page as a student. You'll see the calendar here, and you can see there's a clock anytime that any of the days that you have assignments due. And of course, don't wait until the day that those are due to complete them, because they do take a decent amount of time, and you'll have a better experience if you spread them out throughout the week. I recommend using the to-do list view. That's a good way to see the work that you need to complete. Let me pull this down here. One thing that's nice about this is it'll show if you have completed it. It'll show how many attempts you have remaining, what your current grade is on it, and if you've already completed it a couple times, you can start it again here. It shows how many you have current, how many you have due, and this is for the entire semester. And then any that are past due, and any that might be assigned without a due date, and there aren't any of those. If you're wanting to go back and review anything that you've completed, you can do that through the Completed Assignments tab. And occasionally I will use the comments feature in my Spanish lab. If I do, this is where you'll see it, is in the unread comments. Sorry. Then you can see here, so it shows everything that's due on January 19th. And then if you keep scrolling down, it'll show you what's due the following Sunday as well. So you can continue on. Everything that's going to be assigned in my Spanish lab is already assigned now. So if you're looking for opportunities to work ahead, if you have maybe travel plans or something like that later on in the semester, you'll need to make a special request to have Blackboard materials opened early. But the My Spanish Lab materials are here and open already, and you can start working through those whenever you would like. So I think that's it for now. There's a lot to figure out this week as you learn to navigate both Blackboard and My Spanish Lab. But if you have any problems or questions, let me know. Oh, I did want to make a quick comment. You can check your grades in My Spanish Lab, but again, keep in mind that that's not your overall current accurate grade for the class. I take the grades from My Spanish Lab and transfer them into the Blackboard gradebook, and that's where it'll be reflected what their actual value is in the class. So just as a note, as you keep track of your grades, Blackboard is the most accurate representation of your current grade in the class. So I hope that all was helpful, and I will see you all online.